Okay, Duck, so here's the reason we actually brought you in today. It's not just for your, ravishingly good looks. But this is reported by Vice.com. Target is preparing to call the cops on frantic Pokemon card hunters. Now, as some people are aware, you and I have a different podcast called the Mount Moon Review Podcast, and it's very Pokemon centric. That's what it's about. So it's kind of a niche audience, not for everyone. And we've discussed this in ad nauseum about how much I hate these people.
Yeah.
So, just to recap, when COVID really hit, people started looking for something to do. And one of the things they started doing was looking for shiny Charizard cards. That was pretty much what it was. That's what kicked everything off. And people were trying to turn a profit. They'd go to these stores, buy everything out, and it got bad. And then McDonald's kicked in, and people started, robbing McDonald's for Happy Meals because they were giving out Pokemon cards. And let me tell you this, folks, those cards weren't worth a damn thing. They're not worth a damn thing. But here we are with these a-holes. So let me read this story, then get both of your takes on this. Target is prepared to call the cops on fanatic Pokemon card hunters. Pokemon card flippers are making Target stores chaotic, and the company has told employees to consider calling cops on people who camp out overnight. Target stores around the country have pre-sunrise lines around the block, and trading card sections look like bread aisles before a snowstorm or toilet paper aisles at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, as fans, collectors, and resellers are trying to claim tins of Pokemon cards that can be resold for an easy profit. The chaos at Target stores has gotten so bad the company has instituted new policies limiting how many Pokemon cards any given person can buy. Target restocks one of the only topics currently being talked about on many of the most popular Pokemon collecting forums, and Reddit is full of posts about people managing to snag packs or metal tins at Target. A lucky few have managed to snag a VMAX Pikachu, which in good condition can sell for several $100s. It's 4 a.m. and I'm like the 15th in line at Target, one Reddit post reads. Think Target increased demand with their new policy, blah, happy collecting out there. Signs have been posted at Target stores indicating that there is a 3-item per person limit, which would be reduced to 1 item per person at some stores, that would ban overnight camping. Multiple photos of Target policy posted at Pokemon TCG subreddits have suggested that Target employees are supposed to warn customers they cannot camp outside the stores, and if they are there for more than 30 minutes, the employees should determine next steps if law enforcement should be engaged at the time. The popularity of the Pokemon trading card game has seen a recent surge as new generations of kids are discovering that people who played it when they were younger are learning that the old cards could be worth thousands of dollars. Prices of the cards, old and new, have skyrocketed to the point where certified guarantee company? That ain't right. It's a CGC, which grades cards could improve their value in the secondary market, announced that it's working to increase its capacity to meet extraordinary growth in demand. The main targets at Target seem to be the Shining Fates tins, which retail for $29.99 and come with 6 booster packs of the Shining Fates expansion and a foil chase card. What the hell is a chase card? Each booster contains a total of 10 cards. Beyond being popular and fun, every Shining Fates tin contains 60 cards, and one of those 60 cards may contain the ultra-rare chase card worth hundreds of dollars. They are trying to score the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes, which retail for $49.99 and can easily be flipped on eBay for about $150. One particularly sought-after card in the Shining Fates set is the VMAX Charizard, which in mint condition can sell for $600 and $800. Another in the Vivid Voltage set is the Big Chungus Pikachu. They actually said Big Chungus. That is not what the card says, folks. A rainbow foil decorated card depicted a giant-sized electric Pokemon called Pikachu VMAX. The chonky Pikachu in mint conditions can sell for roughly $400 on eBay. Your chance of getting a glistening rainbow Pikachu is about 1 in 1,000. meaning that for every 1,000 cards you buy, you'll probably get a Pikachu, according to Charizard, a website that estimates pull rates on Pokemon card packs. Okay, this article keeps going on and on here, but let me skip down just a little bit. It's the policy that makes sense for Target. When an item that becomes popular, stores often be inundated with calls and fans asking the same questions over and over again. Do you have Pokemon cards? Can you check in the back for more Pokemon cards? Will there be more Pokemon cards? If anyone knows that the cards are coming in at 8 a.m. every Friday, then it cuts down on the amount of obsessive fans calling in the stores. And so essentially they're saying that I'm not going to go back through this whole article because it's freaking huge. But Target has started to the point now where they're saying we're going to sell them on one day. It's going to be at this time. You come in and you take a number, and when we call your number, you have this amount of time to come to the counter, purchase your 1 to 3 items depending on what they're doing that day, and then you leave. It has gotten that bad. I mean, on the Mount Moon Review podcast, when we covered this back when it first started happening, especially with McDonald's incidents, we were talking about how people were literally following the vendors around from store to store and stalking these guys. There'd be like a truck driving to the next door, and there'd be a whole caravan of cars behind it. And these guys were talking about starting to have to carry a gun just to make sure no one robs them. Oh my God. I mean, Buck, you're completely, out of this loop on this stuff. What do you think?
I used to collect cards for Star Trek, the collectible card playing game, believe it or not. And I remember, trying to get my Federation deck all jazzed up, and
was it actually a collecting, or was it a competitive game?
Both.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I fucking ruled, man. Especially after I got the board collective. Oh man, I've really pissed a whole bunch of geeks off. That's like playing the Street Fighter and then winning by doing nothing but the same move over and over again. Yeah, that's like the Borg card. It's like that's like the M Bison card. So I remember how important it was for me to be on the up and up and get the latest, but I think that this is just an example of people taking it too fucking far. Like when people get that extreme over a game, it kind of ruins it. Yeah.
Now the competitive aspect of the game is one thing. The collecting aspect is completely another.
I'm just talking about being competitive on getting the materials.
True.
On camping outside of a Target store, being ridiculous, and not just one person. There are super fans for everything, and I get that. I really do. There are people who are absolutely passionate about whatever it is that they're involved in, to the point where it really makes sense for them in their own minds to be camping outside of a store. But then you got some other asshats who set up camp outside the store just to get the cards so they can resell it on eBay. All they're doing is they're taking advantage of the fact that they got more free time than the average Joe, who likes to freaking work and have a hobby. They're taking advantage of that guy. And then they're inflating the market. And then they're making it not even fun for kids to participate in, because you got a bunch of adults sitting there at the card aisles looking at little kids shop for them and be like, you don't appreciate that. Just hand that over here. Go fuck yourself. Okay? Everybody's supposed to enjoy this. This is something that everybody's supposed to enjoy. It's like playing the lottery. Buying cards to me is like playing the lottery. You go in, you buy a reasonable amount of packs. You want to make sure that there's more than just ramen noodles in your pantry when you're done going to buy Pokemon cards. And these people, they embody everything that is bad about a hobby or collectible. That's my take on it. I don't think that they should, I don't think that these things should happen. That's a very Disney perspective, because there's no way to mitigate or even curb this other than making ridiculous fucking rules. We'll only fine. You want to know what? You're not camping. We're going to charge your ass of loitering. And now everybody who actually enjoys the game has to sit there and wait in line like a little fucking kid because we're only going to sell these things for 1 hour out of the day, one time per week. And because of every other asshat who can't control themselves, greedy ass motherfucker, somebody who just enjoys playing the game or collecting the cards because of some nostalgic purposes, just because they get great enjoyment out of having their stuffy stuff, has to fall victim to some asshole's douchebaggery. And that's, you know what? That's probably the most intelligent thing I've ever said while we've been recording in 48 weeks, and I'm going to stop it here on a high note.
All right, now we move on to the Blue Duck Gold Duck.
Yeah.
All right, so
you better be intelligent.
The people that are going in and buying these cards and marking them back up, they're not doing it for the sake of collecting. They're doing it, to flip, to make a profit off of the retail of the products. Those aren't the people trying to build decks and play the card game. I didn't buy packs when I was playing competitive.
No,
I bought the single card I needed to make my deck. I didn't play the lottery. I took the sure thing.
Now here's the thing. Like, to make a competitive deck, $150, $200, would you say that's probably about accurate?
It depends.
150.
It requires an initial investment, but once you get the foundation, it's really not that expensive.
Yeah, usually good for about a year because you can swap things in and out. But let's just say $200 to get in. There's not a whole big cost of entry to get in there, considering what sports cost, for example. Now, did I buy packs? Not typically. I would trade, and I would go to the stores that were selling singles, or I'd buy them online. Now, in tournaments, a lot of times you would win packs. That's the prize because they couldn't give you money. So if you won, okay, well, you get here's 10 packs of the newest series, and it was fun. It was fun to sit there and just open those packs up. And,
yes.
And you actually knew what order they were in with the set. So you'd keep them face down, and you'd reorder them so that the card that had the potential to be the high value one was on the bottom. So it was the last one you saw. And you'd go through them, and there was this big exhilaration when you finally get to that card, because the whole store would explode like, yeah! And that was the cool thing about it. And then you'd instantly go up to this counter and say, you want to buy this? Because you didn't. But in the article it talks about how CGC was expanding. CGC is actually shut down because they can't handle everything. They're telling Nick, no, we're not doing Pokemon right now. We're done. And for a business that is their livelihood, that speaks volumes for how bad it's actually getting right now.
But here's another problem with the scalpers. Okay, if you go and you buy a product and you just flip it for however 10 times retail value, you're scum. But if you're paying those prices,
you're an idiot.
And justifying the scalpers, you're just as bad. If we would all just, hey, guess what? My PC needs some upgrades, but I'm not paying what people are charging for graphics cards right now because it's ridiculous. If everybody just had that mindset, then the scalpers would lose money, and then all the market would drop. But people keep buying them. People paid $800 for sealed boxes of McDonald's cards. People are paying $400 for a standard card. That's ridiculous. If nobody paid it, nobody would sell it for that price.
And that's not just Pokemon cards. That's anything in general.
Anything.
One of my favorite stories of all time, and there's actually video of this, when one of the new iPhones came out. This woman went to New York, to the Apple store right off Times Square. And there was people that had been camped out there for 2 weeks. And she walked up, and she had this insane stack of money. And she walked up to the guy at the front of the line who they were interviewing, and she paid him $1,000 to be the first one in line. And what her plan had been, and this is all, they're recording this for the news as this is happening. Her plan had been, she had a bag full of money. She was going to buy the entire store stock of iPhones. She got it. She paid this kid $1,000 to be the first one in line. She got inside, went up to the counter and said, I'll take all you got. She goes, limit of 1 per customer. So that iPhone cost her probably, $1,700. That just made me giggle tremendous. I'm so happy she got fucked in the end. I'm so happy that woman got fucked.
No, you know what though, Duck, you made a good point. These scalpers, they ruin it for everybody, and that's another example. Like, what reason do you have other than to be a selfish fucking dick, than to go up and buy an entire store's stock of one item?
The scalp,
Like,
to make
money,
right?
Money.
Make
Just
money.
to, like, what other reason could there be for that,
None
other than to
whatsoever.
just be an outright asshole?
That's
And-
the only reason
No,
they
no. There's another reason. Magically non-existent internet points, so you can take a picture of yourself with all this shit around you and look how awesome I am.
Yeah. But again, it's something for. Why do you like? I was just gonna keep on going with that until you looked like a guilty kid, and then I was like, "Oh shit, something might have actually happened."
Well, I kind of smashed my router / modem and flung it across the room.
Well, I'm glad we're still up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's only one thing that you could absolutely attain from doing that, and that's just being a dick. You know,
Douchebaggery.
you might be a rich dick at the end of it, but it's just you're ruining it for everybody, and that's what these people with the fucking Pokemon cards are doing. They're ruining it.
Well,
They're bastardizing something that people attach their childhood emotions to, and genuine whatever.
Here's the worst part about what's going to end up happening before we move on, is people are going to continue to do this until there's no buyers, and there's going to be no buyers because people are sick of it and they're getting out of the hobby. Now the hobby is going to have less people in it, and then these people that are the super buyers, well, now they're not making money anymore, so they're not going to buy it anymore, and then the product's going to completely be stagnant. And you're going to see the same product on the shelves not moving for months and months, and you're going to end up killing the entire hobby because of what's going on. And the retailers don't really care because they're making money hand over fist. What do they care? But long term, the hobby's going to die. And I'm not just talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about hobbies in general when this kind of thing happens.